Hi there everybody, how are you doing? It's Kevin Kavanagh here. Today it's absolutely lashing rain outside. We call it lashing rain. There's downpour rain going on. I just want to take this very quick couple of minutes out of my day just to talk to you about a thing called procrastination and how as human beings we actually procrastinate quite a bit, and by the time I'm finished this little story that you're going to be able to understand that you can move forward in a much quicker, much faster period of time. So there is a quite short piece of video. It's a story that I want to talk to you about, and I'm going to talk to you about a mentor of mine in the personal development arena, and he told me this story had a massive impact on my life, and hopefully it helps you overcome some of the fears and the procrastination in your life. Okay, so I want to talk to you about Les Brown. Les Brown is in fact one of the best speakers I've heard in the world. He's an author of loads of books, but one in particular is Live My Dreams. If you haven't got your hands on that, what I suggest that you do is get that book. It'll change your life forever. Now, I want to tell you the story that Les shared with me in a day on a CD and a tape, and I want to make sure that you understand it as well. Les talked about his very good friend who was a chef, who was creative, who knew exactly how to make lovely food. And every time, we're going to call him Jim, okay? Jim isn't his real name. I'm just using this for an example today, okay? Jim and Les would meet up on a regular basis, and of course Les loved to meet Jim because Jim could make this wonderful food, and they'd sit down over the table and Jim would present this gorgeous food. They'd have a conversation, they'd have a laugh with himself and his family and his wife, and everybody got to, there's something about a gathering, isn't it, when the people sit down and have something to eat together. There's some sort of bond that's made, and they build a relationship with each other over years. And Les absolutely enjoyed going to visit his house over and over again. Now, every time he got there, obviously he loved the food and he loved the company as well. And Jim was an enthusiastic kind of guy. He was somebody that had life in him, that it wasn't just about the food, but he actually knew how to present it. He knew how to put it together. He knew how to make it all lovely. He was great with people as well, which was great in his area, because some of the chefs in his area were just, they just in the kitchen, chop, 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 whatever. But Jim had a tremendous ability to communicate with people, and he had a tremendous way forward. And Les would encourage Jim. He'd say, Jim, you've got to get a book out there so people can learn these lovely recipes that you have and the way that you present it. And I'm sure if video was around back then, he would have done it on video, and Les would have encouraged him to do it with video. But it was a book that he was particularly going after at this stage. And during this period of time, people get busy, and Les would go off and do his own career, and Jim was still cooking in his restaurant, making people lots of meals every day, making people happy with the lovely food that he produced and put in front of them. Now, during that time frame, there was a bit of, Les was busy, got really busy doing his career, and there's a space where sometimes people come into your life and then they go out your life and then you go back to them as if it was yesterday. And this was what Jim was like. He was always that way, vibrant, full of life. Now, Les actually drifted and they both went their separate directions for about 2 years, just purely because the life got busy. Now, during that period of time, Les was coming out of a building in quite a large city, and all of a sudden he ran into Jim's wife, who was right there in front of them. And wow, Les was delighted to see them because they were an enthusiastic couple, and Jim obviously has a flair for cooking and stuff like that. Now, during that time, Les walked up to his wife and said, "It's great to see you. How are you keeping?" And he got to know him and said, by the way, how is Jim? How's business and how's things? And all of a sudden, the lady's face just went total white and became like a shock on her face, and she said, "Les, Jim has passed away." Oh, of course, anybody that hears that kind of news and doesn't know about it, you don't want to say it to somebody and cause offense, So Les did what any normal human being would do and say he apologized and he was sorry that Jim was such a lively character. So they did what Jim would normally do, is they would go off and sit down together and have a meal together to celebrate Jim's life. And during the conversation over the meal, they talked and they laughed and they remembered the good times of what Jim had to offer. And then Les had said to his wife, did Jim actually bring that book to the market? Did he write that book? And And she said no. And later on, when Les went home, obviously devastated by the loss of one of his colleagues that he didn't even know about, went to a seminar and began to talk about Jim in relation to how he had greatness, but he took the greatness with him to the graveyard. Because there's so many people in the world that have greatness within them, and they're just sitting waiting for the perfect time, perfect moment to bring their information out to the universe that can help lots of people, whether that's in the positive mental attitude arena or whether that's in the financial arena. Some people are sitting scared, but Jim, I think, was sitting scared too, and he did sit scared, and he sit scared so much that eventually he passed away. We don't know how much time we have left in this world, and we certainly don't know how much time we can do. And all I know is if you can help somebody else get where they want to go, that it's our responsibility to help them grow and develop as human beings, so we can pass on that greatness to them, whether that's in sports or whether that's in finance or whatever it may be. We as a unit, as a community, have an obligation to share that information and knowledge with others so that they can benefit, and that gives the growth of everybody in the world. Imagine what would happen if we went out just today and you impacted one person in the world, one person that you changed their life because you didn't sit down and you didn't delay and you knew you could help somebody and you changed somebody else's life. Imagine if just one person you helped today, so that they overcome something, so they overcome their fears. Yes, sometimes we're all a bit scared about what we do and that kind of stuff, but what happens if we put that in the back burner and bring that greatness out to people and share it with them, the knowledge and the information? You will get rewarded for your abundance and effort. It may not come financially, but you will get rewarded, I can guarantee you right now. See, on one side of me here I have the main road, and the other side of me I have a graveyard. I'm actually parked outside a graveyard. And this is what sparked me to get into action, to take on board this information, to make this video for you right now. Don't take your greatness to the graveyard. Take action on it now. Help somebody else achieve their greatness. Bring the greatness out within them. We don't know how long we have left in this world, so why not do something great to help somebody? If you can help somebody and you're sitting there wondering whether you should do it or not, just do it. I mean, this is not the idyllic situation for me to have. I'm not in a studio. I don't have the proper equipment with me right now. I have a microphone and my iPhone, and I'm working from this right now, but I'm taking the time out of my day to teach you this story, that if you have greatness with you, don't take that greatness with the graveyard. You get it out there into the universe, help some people grow, become the best you can, and you will be rewarded in abundance for your effort and your time. There's great people in this world that already do that. Become one of those. Join them. Join in the revolution. Join in the change that you can do. Make something great happen in your life, and you will get abundance rewards back to you over and over again. Stop procrastinating. Procrastination will assassinate you. It will ruin your life. Just get on with it right now. Today is the perfect time. If you don't feel well today, just do something that makes somebody else smile. Go and help them. Go and achieve them. Go and bring your greatness. If you've got a talent that you're sitting on, why not bring that out to the universe? Why not let other people know exactly who you are and what you're about? This is your time. You can do that, okay? Hopefully you enjoyed this video today. This is just a bit of positive motivation. I love positive thinking. I'm involved in positive thinking. I've been involved in it, absorbed in it. I read positive books every single day. So I can bring this greatness to you, this message, so you can bring something else to the universe. Do it today, make it happen, and I'll talk to you again soon.